Yo, hi, so everyone. It is day 7 of studying math in every day, and it is another beautiful day. And I'm so grateful to work out with well being, and while everything is just amazing. So glad that, and I'm so grateful being healthy and good opportunity and the chance to study something new. So, yeah, it is day 7, and it is so early today. Like, it is 6 a.m. It is 6:20 now. I'm starting my first session right now, which is 6:20 a.m. And it is way too early, and I can make 3 out of 3. So yeah, let's go and let's start. And let's stop yapping and let's start our first session. That's how it is. That's how it is, man. So yeah. So see ya. I'm gonna go in a mute. So just to this time is making me annoyed. I don't know what's I think like the person who did this is a fake coder because like all he could do was to save all of this progress in the locked storage. Day 7. Wow. That is so damn good. Am I doing day 7? Wow. I never thought like ah I can't be consistent that way. So let me play me music. I I cannot study without this for somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna start all the way from here because like yesterday I also studied this, but I didn't do any problems. So yeah, I'm about to do some couple of problems right now and take the test. And there you go.
In this video, we're going to focus on multiplying rational expressions and simplifying them as well. So here's the first example. 7x plus 14 divided by 2x squared minus 8. Now let's multiply it by x squared plus 3x minus 10. Feel free to try this example. Now, the first thing I would do is put the second part into a fraction, write it over 1. Now what you want to do is you want to factor completely and cancel. 7x plus 14 has a GCF of 7, so we want to take that out. 7x divided by 7 is x, 14 divided by 7 is 2. Now 2x squared minus 8, we can also take out the greatest common factor, which is 2. And that's going to leave behind x squared, and negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. On the right, we have a trinomial with a leading coefficient of 1, so we need to find two numbers that multiply to negative 10, but add to 3. So that's positive 5 and negative 2. So this is going to be x plus 5 and x minus 2. Now, let's factor x squared minus 4. Using the difference of perfect squares technique, we know it's going to be the square root of x squared is x, the square root of 4 is 2, and so it's going to be x plus 2 and x minus 2. Now, let's see what we can cancel. So we can cancel an x plus 2 and we can cancel an x minus 2. So we have a 7 left over, an x plus 5, and a 2. So the final answer is, let's see if I can fit it in here, 7 times x plus 5 divided by 2. So that So we can cancel an x plus 2, and we can let's x plus 2 and x minus 2. Now let's see what we can cancel. So we can cancel an x plus 2, and we can cancel an x minus 2. So we have a 7 left over, an x plus 5, and a 2. So the final answer is, let's see if I can fit it in here, 7 times x plus 5 divided by 2. So that's the solution to this problem, fully simplified. Now let's try another example. 5x squared minus 15x divided by 2x squared plus 11x plus 12 multiplied by 3x squared minus 48 divided by 10x cubed minus 70x squared plus 120x. So go ahead and simplify. So go ahead and simplify. Factor everything.
So the second example is kind of a little bit tedious because like I'm doing a lot of factoring, and I think the last step, you know. So I think there is only one step left for me. So after that, it will be solve it. So yeah, this did, this was my first session, and I'm gonna go into my next session after 9 minutes. So before that, I'm gonna go get something to eat maybe, and yeah, chill. So I tried to solve this problem, although it is a little bit tedious and there is too much factoring going on, but still I ended up getting 5x divided by x plus 3 in the first function. Okay, and the second section I got 3 in the numerator and 10x in the denominator. So I don't know if you need to have same denominators. I don't think so. You need that basically. So yeah, let me see how you approach the problem too. And if I did it wrong, it doesn't matter. I can just like know what I did wrong.
Thing and cancel. So 5x squared minus 15x, we can take out the GCF, which is 5x. 5x squared divided by 5x is x. Negative 15x divided by 5x is negative 3. Now, 3x squared minus 48. We can take out a 3, which will give us x squared minus 16. And we can factor that using the difference of squares technique. The square root of 16 is 4. So we're going to have x plus 4 and x minus 4. Now, what about 10x cubed minus 70x squared plus 120x? Well, we can begin by taking out the GCF, which is 10x. So we're going to have x squared. Negative 70x squared divided by 10x is negative 7x. 120x divided by 10x is 12. Two numbers that multiply to 12 but add to negative 7 are negative 3 and negative 4. So this is going to be x minus 3 and x minus 4. So let's go ahead and put that here. And so this is what we have. Let's just get rid of this. Now let's focus on the last part. 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. We have a trinomial.
Wait up. How do I look with this? I don't know. Yeah, let me.
With the leading coefficient being something other than 1. It's 2. So when it's not 1, multiply the leading coefficient by the constant term. So 2 times 12, which is 20.
This is called the AC method, and then you're gonna use factoring by grouping.
But add to the middle coefficient 11. This is going to be 8 and 3.
8 and 3.
11, 8 times 3 is 24. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace 11x with 8x plus 3x.
3x.
And then factor by grouping. So in the first two terms, take out the GCF. The GCF is 2x. And so we'll be left with x plus 4. And in the last two terms, take out the greatest common factor, which is 3. And we're going to get x plus 4. So we're going to have two parentheses, one of which will contain x plus 4, and the other one is going to have the stuff on the outside, the 2x plus 3. And so that's how we can factor it.
Did he say the stuff's outside?
The stuff on the outside, the 2x haying x plus 4, and the other one is going to have the stuff on the outside, the 2x plus 3. And so that's how we can factor it. So it's x plus 4 times 2x plus 3.
Like, I have all of the stuff that he has too. Like, we are absolutely the same in this step.
So now let's simplify. What can we cancel? We can cancel an x minus.
Ah. Don't talk when you drinking something. Oh my gosh, that was so tough.
3.
And you can cancel out x plus 4 and x plus 4 too. And you're gonna cancel x minus 4 and x minus 4. That's what I did.
And we can cancel an x minus 4. In addition to that, we can get rid of x plus 4. And also, we can take out an x.
Well, haha.
And
Word
also
up,
we
word
can
up, yeah.
introduce 5 over 10.
You said, wow. So you're gonna multiply both sides by 5, and then it will be x and 5x. So
5
it
over
is.
10 reduces to 1 over 2. 10 divided by 5 is 2.
It's how it is. Yeah.
So what we have left over is a 3, a 2, and a 2x plus 3. So the final answer is 3 divided by 2 times 2x plus 3. And so that is the solution.
Where did he get the 3? I think I'm on the same page in every step, except the last one, the simplified one, because I just like left it 5x and 2x plus 3, and the second function, it is denominator, I left it 10x. So you need to simplify this too, you know. Yes, it is what it is. So x will cancel x, and also we're gonna divide both by 5. So 5 divided by 5 will be 1. So 5 divided by 10 divided by 5 will be 2. So that's how it will be. It will be 3 in the numerator, because like 1 times 3 will just be 3, and then 2 times 2x plus 3. That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, let's move on. Move on.
Solution. Sometimes you need to identify the excluded values. And here's the basic idea. You cannot have a 0 in the denominator.
Yes, yes. This is elephant in the room, I guess. This is something that I wanted him to talk about. Cause in here, so like this book is focusing a lot more about theory, while my dude, the organic chemistry focuses like solving the problem, or like maybe practical. He focus always like practically. I think that's how they say it. But basically, yeah. So, by the way, this book is mentioning a lot more about the knowing what makes the denominator 0 and excluding it from, and saying it in explicit way what we should and what values of x we should exclude in an explicit way, you know.
So 4, the excluded values. And here's the basic idea. You cannot have a 0 in the denominator. So 4 will produce a 0 in the denominator, even though it cancels. And so will 3, 0 if you just see x. Negative 4. And also, if you set 2x plus 3 equal to 0, you should get negative 3 over 2. So that's how you can identify the excluded values. So we have negative 4 and 4, 0 and 3, and negative 3 over 2. Those are the points of discontinuity. X cannot equal any of those numbers. Now, x cannot equal. Any of those numbers. Now let's work on another problem. 3x cubed minus 24 3x. Now let's work on another problem. 3x cubed minus 24 divided by 2x squared minus 14x plus 20 times 4x cubed minus 20x squared plus 3x minus 15.
Okay. AI was telling me a moment ago how to solve this problem when there is four, basically, what is called a polynomial with four terms. I don't know, basically. Quadrinomial. Like, is that how to pronounce it? Quadrinomial. Okay. Quadrinomial. I wanna know how to pronounce it. This website have a nope. And Oxford. I don't even know how to spell Oxford. Yeah. Oxford Dictionary. Yeah, and then yeah, this one.
Quadrinomial.
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 Quadrinomial. Quadrinomial. Quadrinomial. Quadrinomial. So the way you need to solve this quadrinomial is using by factoring by grouping, I believe. I literally forgot it. Okay. What is this? Okay. Yeah. So it works when there are four terms, basically. Just like this one. We need to use factoring by grouping. Factoring by grouping. So yeah, okay. Move on, man.
3x
I mean
squared
continue, not move on. Hell no.
plus 6x plus 12. So pause the video, try this problem.
So post the video. Yo. The electricity just like went out. There was electricity outage for maybe 5-6 minutes. So yeah, I lost all of my fucking progress, I believe. So I was at I watching the video again. So it was the 27 minutes. So there was 27 minutes left for the session. So yeah. Talking about this one, note. It's 27. I don't know why it's not starting, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, it started now. So I was dealing with the last problem, I believe. So I'm gonna keep
Now
fixing
let's
this
work
one.
on another problem.
Let's play my let me play my music. So yeah, it is what it is. This is what I'm dealing with. I live in a fucked up city. The worst city in the country. That's what I live in. But somehow my brain is not braining. I don't know why. This is what I wanna do. Oh my gosh, this is taking me too long. This is what I wanna do. Okay, I wanna factorize this basically. Okay, so first of all, I already made a mistake, I believe. I don't know, but the way I did it is just I like all of the terms they share greatest common factor, and it is 3. Okay, so 3 will get out of the brackets and it will go outside. Okay, and there will be only 3 in here. There will be only x in here. Okay, and there will be 2x in here, and there will be only 4 in here. So what I have right now is this. I have 3 x squared plus 2x plus 4. So I kind of wanna factorize this further. Okay, so what I wanna do is I need 2 numbers. Those multiply to 4 and add to 2x basically. So I don't know the 2 numbers, because like if I say x plus 1, I don't know if it will x plus, this won't work I believe, because like it will be x squared and x plus 4, it will be 4x, and it will be x, it will be right here will be 5x, and this will, yeah, this doesn't work completely. And also if I say x plus 2 and x plus 2, it won't work. So I will have 4x in the middle. I will have 4x in the middle, because like 2x and 2x, there will be 4x. So I need a way that I can get 2x in the middle, and I cannot find it. I don't know what what I'm doing wrong, but it is what it is. So yeah. Kinda don't know that, dude. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm gonna leave it as 3x, because like I cannot do it further. I'm gonna leave it this way. So yeah, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or this is the way it is. Just wanna do it. Ugh. I think time's up. So another 10 minutes of break. Just kinda wanna skip this. I'm not gonna skip it. So this is my last session. This will be the 30 session, and it will be 3 out of 3. So yeah, I'm gonna keep solving the problem that I was solving it, and let me see how it will end up.
notice that both numbers on top are divisible by 3. So we can take out a 3. 3x cubed divided by 3 is x cubed. Negative 24 divided by 3 is negative 8. Now, in the denominator, we all have even numbers, which means that we can divide each of those by 2. And so we'll be left with x squared minus 7x plus 10. Here, all the coefficients are divisible by 3. So if we take out a 3, it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 4. Now for this expression, notice that we can factor it by grouping. Negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5. Negative 15 divided by 3 is also negative 5. So if the first two coefficients have the same ratio as the last two coefficients, you can factor by grouping. So let's take out the GCF in the first two terms. Factor by grouping. Two coefficients have the same ratio as the last two coefficients, you can factor by grouping. So let's take out the GCF in the first two terms, which is going to be 4x squared. 4x cubed divided by 4x squared is x. Negative 20x divided by 4x squared is negative 5. Now, in the last two terms, we can take out a 3. 3x divided by 3 is x. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. Now, let's start with this. How can we factor x cubed minus 8? Here's the formula that we need to use. A to the third minus b to the third is going to be a minus b times a squared
So I wasn't expecting this, to be honest.
plus ab plus b squared. So if a to the third is x to the third,
I wasn't expecting it.
a has to be x.
Dude, there is a lot of information to keep in mind, to be honest. A lot of information, man.
And if b to the third is 8, b has to be the cube root of 8, which is 2.
Yeah, shit, it is
A
fine.
is x, b is 2.
I was kind of
So a squared
close.
is going to be x squared. And then ab, that's x times negative 2. Well, actually, b is positive 2. This negative sign is already there, so a times b is going to be x times 2, which is positive 2x. There's a plus sign. And then b squared, that's 2 times 2, which is 4. So that's how you can factor a difference of perfect cubes. Now let's factor the trinomial. Two numbers that multiply to 10 but add to negative 7. That's going to be negative 2 and negative 5. So this becomes x minus 5 and x minus 2. Now we can't really factor x squared plus 2x plus 4, but we don't need to because it will be canceled soon. So I'm just going to rewrite it for now. Now going back to this expression, we need to take out the x minus 5, since it's common to both terms. And we're going to have 4x squared plus 3 left over. So now the rational expression is completely factored. Now let's cancel. So we can cancel x minus 2. We can cancel x.
File it. Oh, this by the way. Oh yeah. Let me deal with this. These problems are so simple. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying it, but like, yeah, that's how they look like. This is serious. A little bit too long. Fine. So I think I solved them all without making any mistake, but there is something that I notice. I know all of the factoring methods out there. I think I know most of them. Like I know what I have covered in the last lessons, I know all of that. But the problem is I cannot retain, like I cannot remember what factoring method to use in the just like I don't know what factoring method to use for the price problem. I don't know, so maybe I need to review all of the factoring methods and then to keep maybe reading them again and again just to let them stick in my brain so I won't make any mistakes later. But that's all I'm doing wrong. I don't know what factoring method to use at the right place. I kinda know it, but like if there is too many problems going on just like this one, I'm just gonna get confused. That's where the problem rises. I know it, but like I'm just gonna get confused and I don't know what to use, and I'm gonna forget like method X existed. I'm gonna forget it. So yeah, maybe I need to read more and more, and I wanna go back to my notes too, just to learn from them basically. So yeah. So I think I'm kind of tired. I don't know if I can review some lessons, but tomorrow early in the morning, before I start even my first session, I wanna go back and read the methods, basically review them. So before that, yeah, there is 5 minutes. Maybe there is 15 minutes. I got like a lot of time left, but I don't know an easy task that I can do, which is not requiring a lot of reasoning and thinking. Survive 3 days on an island with your ex. Maybe I will watch this later. Gonna go to my playlists, my math playlists basically, and I'm gonna watch and
Imagine majoring in math
and I'm gonna watch this.
Elite College. You will tackle hundreds of proofs, thousands of theorems, and navigate through math fields like calculus, differential equations, topology, modern analysis, and abstract algebra, solving countless challenging problems along the way.
That's me. Hi, my name is Han. I went to Columbia University and I studied math and operations research. Most of my math is actually self-taught for 3 reasons. First, because of the nature of math, if I lose my attention for 1 second, I have no idea what the lecturer is talking about anymore. 2,
This used to happen to me back in high school. I swear to God, like I'm gonna keep attention to the teacher when he's explaining, and like if I look around somewhere else, or maybe look at somewhere else and lose focus in 1 second, and that means I don't even know what the teacher is talking about after that, and I will just keep saying where that X came from, or where that mess came from, or like how did he ended up here. So yeah, it is a world problem, to be honest.
I am guilty of occasionally skipping
I don't know what happened to my
the lecture.
what's happened to my. Did I
And
just
three,
like
I
mute
have
it?
had many math professors who are just too
What
genius
happened?
to teach. Therefore, I would say that math self-studying is
I don't know.
Imagine majoring in math at an Ivy League college. You will tackle hundreds of proofs.
so. The first part
I don't
is
know.
to
I can't even hear anything.
understand what is this math topic about. What is the definition?
I'm gonna take them off. I'm gonna use the headphones. I think they died, maybe.
Understand or memorize them. Just open your book, read
Oh my
it,
gosh.
and try to understand as much as possible. For example, in this chapter, we can just start reading and see the definition of what is a linear equation, and we can highlight it and just keep reading more. If you're confused when you read about the definitions, it's totally okay, and don't get intimidated by them. Lots of time, it's more important to know how to use them than what they actually are. This brings us to the second part, examples. Right after the definitions, there are usually a couple of examples to show you how to use the definitions. An analogy I came up with is that a definition, a theorem, or a rule is like a tool. Just like you learn about cups, you not only learn about what the cup is and how it looks or who invented it, more importantly, you learn about the different ways to use it with examples. Like, I can use it to drink, like this, and I can use it to water plants, like this.
Where is she
So
going with
read the
this?
examples for that definition, work through them, and try to understand as much as possible. For example 1, we learn a way to solve a linear equation, and it has a thorough solution for it.
So I'm going to read through it and learn how each step works.
After we understand how to solve the linear equation in this example 1, we can go to the exercise session, and I can immediately see question 2 is very similar to example 1, but just change the number a little.
So I'm going to do question 2 to see if I actually understood the example. You can look at the example of how it's done and copy each step if you want.
After you work through each examples, you should be able to find a similar question in the exercise session. Do that exercise, try to get some hands-on experience to make sure you understand the example. Just as with watching someone drink water with a cup, you should try to drinking water with it yourself to make sure you actually know how to do it. Part 3 is not something I do every time, which is filling knowledge gaps. So when you read the definitions or work through the examples, if you don't understand something, you can look it up. For example, if I don't remember what the integrating factor is when I'm reading this.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot of times. Just like I'm studying something new, maybe new lesson, and then I'm gonna come across something that I have learned before but forget it. So yeah, I don't put that much of pressure on myself. If I don't know it, I usually just go and Google it and just like learn it again. So it happens a lot to me, but yeah, we have to always, memorize stuff. I think studying without memorization and studying will keep like getting forgetting. I just mean like studying while you keep getting forgetting like the information. It just like doesn't make sense. You have to always try to retain some information about like of what you learned. That's what it is. So you always need to remember something from lesson X.
Example 1.
But yeah, if you don't, it's just fine. Look it up.
I would just Google what's the integrating factor is, or if I didn't understand how this step become this, I would just search why the integral of negative 3 dx equals to negative 3x. And it will show me an answer so I can move on and try to read the next step. When you search, be as specific as possible. What I found is there are lots of information on that and it can be overwhelming. If you have a very specific thing to look at, it's usually very helpful. Notice that I will only do this so I can understand the definitions or the examples. I will not go too deep to start and learn that thing we just searched instead. And I'm just trying to avoid going online as much as possible if I can understand the definitions or examples without knowing a specific thing.
That's,
Because
I know
it's going
this.
to be super
When did she
distracting
posted
with
this 2 years ago?
electronic devices. For
That's
example,
AI.
here, if I don't remember
Nowadays,
what
so yeah.
exactly a separation of variables is, but it doesn't really affect me to understand the following solutions because it's going to show me how to use it. So I'm not going to stop and look it up. You can totally mark the thing that you don't understand somewhere and in the future find a dedicated studying session to learn about that topic.
Yeah. So right now, I don't know if you guys, I don't have any theories basically, but like what I do is there is a lesson that I didn't understand it well, maybe, but like I understood it in a way, but like in my mind, I'm saying, you didn't get this. So what I basically do is just like I write the title of the lesson in somewhere in my notebook, and I always like to look them back again another time, maybe like a time that I don't even have something to do. So I always like to look them again, you know? So this is something that I do.
We want to stay as focused as possible in this study session and the topic we're learning right now. But if we have to, we gotta do it. And there are lots of learning resources online, but it can be challenging to find reliable and quality learning resources. So I am so excited to share with you the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. After you understand and work through all the examples, it's time to do some practice questions or exercises. I would recommend doing somewhere between 10 to 20 questions for each topic. Remember earlier I said you can look somewhere between 10 to
This should really say 10 to 20 questions, but more the better if you have time. Oh my gosh, I think I don't do this. At least I do maybe 7 or maybe 8, 9, I don't know. I probably make less than 10, you know, although it looks like too much. 10 to 20 questions, but yeah. Oh my gosh, this is a little bit too much, I guess. This is only my opinion. I'm gonna look it up and go online, but like I agree with her. The more you do it, it's just like the better you become.
questions for each topic. Remember earlier I said you can look at the examples when you work on the exercise question that's similar to the example. This time try to do everything on your own independently. Some of the questions are similar to the example and some of them probably are not, or they're even harder. It's completely okay. The most important thing I would say is to check the answer keys after you work on the question. It doesn't matter if you got an answer or if it's too hard so you're stuck or you don't know how to do it, but as long as you give it a good thought and make an effort to work on the question, make sure you check the answer and try to understand how it got every step right. Try to learn from the answer keys and see where are the things you're missing. Otherwise, your effort really just goes to ways and you don't understand anything without knowing the correct way to do it. And practicing questions and learning the correct answers should take the majority of your time in the studying session, because math is really about exercising your brain and actually applying all the definitions or theorems to solve problems. I would say for 1 hour studying session, I would spend 30 minutes working on practice questions.
I think I do more practice than just listening to a lecture. Like most of the time, what I do is just like solving a problem. I don't even focus on theory that much, although I do and like to know some information. But like mostly what I do is I I solve a lot of problems, to be honest. Not that much, but like problems that fits my time. I do study maybe 2-3 hours a day, and I cannot solve like 20 problems like for each topic. That will take me maybe 2 days. I don't know. So I'm kind of in a rush. I wanna go in a high math. I think I'm still in the beginning, but yeah, it is what it is. I do solve more problems than listening to a boring lecture. That's what I do basically. So yeah, I'm kind of right on this, I guess.
20 minutes on learning and working through the examples, and 10 minutes learning about the definitions or filling the knowledge gap. Sometimes if you have more things you don't understand or you need to look it up, it's completely okay. Just to make sure you are not just reading and passively learning, make sure to practice a bunch.
What does it mean passively reading? Passive reading. Why is it kind of laggy? It's not showing up, Ifan. Microsoft AI is just Copilot. What is a passive reading? Should you do it? Passive reading is a superficial and mechanical way of reading that involves little to no comprehension, retention, or connection. So it's just like reading it without even like comprehending the actual information, without doing any retention and without doing any connection. Like if there is a connection between the thing that you are reading right now or maybe and something that you have learned before. So that's what passive reading is. It's just like reading without like doing any reasoning and stuff. Got it.
I want to talk a little bit more about memorization at the end. So by practicing lots of questions, you should probably be able to memorize the definitions or the theorem because you use them in each question, and that repetition is going to be very helpful. But if you have a lot to memorize, I recommend to write all those formulas or theorems that you need to remember on a formula sheet or a cheat sheet, and just use that sheet while you're practicing, and have a dedicated time to try to write them on paper on your own without looking them up.
What I want to do is just kind of, I have this wall, okay, you guys maybe can see, but like this wall is just like empty. I don't have anything on it, but I want to have a lot of sticky notes on it that I'm gonna write a lot of formulas and some definitions maybe.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video is helpful. If
It
you
is
try the
serious.
self-studying method, leave
It
a
is
comment
helpful.
and tell me how it goes. I read all my comments and hope
So yeah, this was, is it day 7? I don't know. Yes, it is day 7 of studying math in every day, and it was a beautiful day. I learned something new, and it was an amazing day. So yeah, hope I will treat tomorrow well-being, and it will be day 8. So, and I hope I will wake up early, just like today, and I will be able to do 3 out of 3, just like the way I did it now. So yeah, see ya.